Welcome back to Dualsighted. Kwame Brown. That name just scares me. Doesn't it just scare you now?
Yeah, starting to
scare me. It just makes me shake a little. But, everyone should be scared of Kwame Brown. After seeing this recent behavior the past few days, this recent behavior that's, unheard of from Kwame. When you saw him back in the day in his playing career, you think, oh, that's a quiet guy. And obviously we haven't heard from him since his playing career. So this is just all a surprise. One of his biggest critics, guess who one of his biggest critics was?
Yeah. Well, it's obviously Stephen A.
Stephen A. Obviously, publicly bashing I don't know how young Kwame Brown was, but, he bashed him. And then Kwame soon, later responded almost over a decade after, Stephen A. But we'll bring up the video of Stephen A. bashing him. When this was during 2008 when the Lakers traded for Pau Gasol. They gave up, Kwame Brown, Mark Gasol, Javaris Crittenton, and a few other picks. And, this is what he had to say about a young Kwame Brown.
Did LA give up too much to get a guy who has been labeled soft, although he puts up 19-9, which only 11 other guys do?
Is that a trick question?
You tell me.
They gave up Kwame Brown.
Two first rounders.
I could care less.
Tied into his salary for 4 years.
First of all, understand something. When you're giving up first round picks, if you are a quality team in playoff contention, it really doesn't mean that much. That's number one. Number two, and more importantly, Kwame Brown is gone. The City of Angels, Hollywood, just should be celebrated. Throw a parade already, whether you win a championship or not. This man was a bona fide scrub. He can't play. No disrespect whatsoever, but I'm sorry to tell everybody the truth. The man cannot play the game of basketball. He has small hands. He can't catch the ball. He's got bad feet. He can't really move, even though he's mobile. Doesn't really know what he's doing. Doesn't have a post move that he puts to memory that he can do 2 times in a row. He has no game whatsoever. Plays no defense. Doesn't have the heart, the passion, or anything that comes with it. And you're asking me whether they gave up too much? Please. The Los Angeles Lakers knew exactly what they were doing. They should be celebrating right now, and Kobe Bryant should not be saying a word.
His contract comes off the books, and as you know, in the NBA, it's all about contracts. So Memphis now gets a lot of cap relief.
No, it's not all about contracts.
Contract comes off the books.
Yes, that is true, but it's not all about contracts. It's all about contracts if you're a scrub team. If you're a team that has Kobe Bryant on it, looking for another piece to that championship puzzle, then it ain't about contracts. It's about players.
Is Powell another piece?
Absolutely. With Kobe Bryant, Andrew Bynum, Derek Fisher, Lamar Odom. Understand, the Los Angeles Lakers did not give up Lamar Odom. They did not give up Andrew Bynum. When they were in pursuit of Jermaine O'Neal, these are the pieces that the Indiana Pacers were asking for. When they were searching around the place all over the league to find something that would appease Kobe Bryant, everybody said Odom or Andrew Bynum. When the Minnesota Timberwolves were talking about moving Kevin Garnett, again, Bynum and Lamar Odom's name came up into the equation. In this particular instance, you keep those guys. You still have Fisher with Jordan Farmar. And on top of all of that, you give up Kwame Brown? Please. There's nothing to think about. There's nothing to even think about.
Oh, mine I add, this is all a young Kwame Brown. Like, he can't be over 27, 25, around that age range. Like, that's a little harsh, don't you think?
Yeah, I don't know.
Obviously, Kwame Brown, even he said that, that's the people's fault for putting a high expectation on him. Like, he feels like, he's happy with how he is and where he is in life. He doesn't care about being labeled a bust, prior or post career.
That's good for him, but when it comes down to a list of first overall picks, he's always going to be up there in the one of the biggest busts in NBA history.
Yeah, well, we gotta careful about Kwame Brown. We don't want him coming after us. After this, this was in 2008.
We say this with all respect, huh?
Yeah, with all due respect, Kwame. Like,
you could vouch for me. He was probably my favorite player before I actually started.
Ben Wallace. Yeah.
Ben Wallace and him. And that was before I started to actually know about basketball.
13 years after, after this whole, avalanche, I call it, isn't this all this whole situation an avalanche of Kwame Brown? Obviously, I hope it doesn't end. This avalanche keeps going, and he calls out everyone. Hopefully he wakes up everyone. He's not a dumb guy. He's said some crazy stuff. He's attacked personal stuff, but he's not the dummy. And then he responded with the video, and the second one, and this was all after obviously responding to Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson and Gilbert Arenas. This is to Stephen A. Smith.
Now that I got a platform, I'm gonna use it for the right way. It's time to put respect on niggas' name. And you niggas that I'm disrespecting, that's because you the one that's a gatekeeper of disrespect. Stephen A., you bald forehead, you were thinking you tough. Saying all kind of shit like, oh, then you come see me. Well, let's go to Seattle and you sign a, well, Seattle, you ain't got to sign no waiver. Meet me in Seattle where you can have mutual combat and talk like that. I'll slap a it'll look like you got a toupee on the front of your head, or how hard I'll slap the back of your head, motherfucker. The hell you talking about? Y'all got people fooled with this fuck shit. And Skip Bayless, thanks for the pass. I don't even know what the fuck that meant, but thanks for the pass, I guess. I don't know what grown man need no goddamn pass, but thank you. I ain't get no pass from your co-host when you was letting this punk motherfucker talk about a teenager and going around college campuses. You gave him a pass. Bonafide scrub, he can't do nothing, this and that. I had to endure you talking about my mama's son like that, bitch. The fuck is you talking about? The only thing you known for being a black man that disrespect and talk about other black men. I should find who your old lady is, you punk old bitch. And show her my mama's cooking. I sprinkle a little good seasoning on her head. I don't talk too much, nigga. The fuck you talking about?
Oh, wow. If I'm Skip Bayless, I'm
glad he didn't bring him into it.
Crazy. And then after this, obviously Stephen A., people are going to, tweet at Stephen A. And, a fan or just a random civilian tweeted at him saying, respond to Kwame. Stephen A. Smith then responds with with tweeting, I will do no such thing. I will not waste my time. That man is right. He's been retired for years, yet all of us have been guilty of getting on him from time to time. He has every right to speak his mind. Go for it. And then another tweet, tweeted at Stephen A. once again, tweeting, you go and say something back or nah? And then Stephen A. responds with, folks, it's called Big Boy Rules. The man has been minding his business for years. He spelled fur wrong. Taking one insult after another. He's perfectly entitled to speak out. I have no problem with it. I can take it. Have at it. So this is all
very rare to see Stephen A. not go after someone that calls him out personally.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's a different time. I feel like, obviously it's being 2021, so it's kind of, do you think that has something to do with it?
He got in I don't know.
He called Lamar Odom
yeah, but that was a lot. That was even 2020. He's I don't know.
Yeah, he always he doesn't cross the line in my eyes, but he's he's edgy. He's at the I feel like he's a good analyst. Speaking of ESPN, another former ESPN employee, Jemele Hill. She tweeted after seeing all this, reacting like all of us were surprised. And what she tweeted?
It was a picture of violence. It was like a notification bar.
And she said, "What
was
was
those things or whatever?"
Was the words that she tweeted?
Kwame Brown today and yesterday, and it said violence.
So I mean, he said that, and then the video he responded to Jemele Hill, and this is what he said:
Miss Hill, please don't do that no more. Please don't lie on me like that no more. My mama in the ground, she dead and gone. But I got a few aunties that'll tell you how it is. Please don't do that, ma'am. I got a few aunties that'll tell you, hey, lady, by definition, you're wrong. And they might not say lady. Because I know how y'all women like to jump in rooms with men and then be so extra sensitive when a man tell you motherfucking wrong. So I'm going to find one of my cousins to tell you, you wrong, lady. Now, please stay in your lane. Don't do that. Bye-bye.
Well, I mean, at this point, he's coming for everyone. I mean, first, are you a fan of Jemele Hill? I'm not.
That's for a different.
But that's a different time. But at this point, he's coming for everyone. He came for. Are you kind of scared? I'm kind of scared to even continue to talk to him, talk about him at this point.
Whatever.
But what do you think about all this? It's coming after Stephen A.
Stephen A.
No, about him coming after Stephen A. and just about the whole situation.
It just seems like it's built up over all those years that he was bashed for being a bust. Now it's coming out. It's fair, but it's fair to speak out. But when it gets personal, I don't know if any of those guys who called him a bust over the years made it personal outside of the basketball court. I don't know.
Yeah, who knows? And it's just a shock. This is gonna continue to keep going. He may be calling out. Who else next? Who do you think he calls on next?
He called Shannon already, huh?
Yeah, he probably calls Shannon, but we're not even like at that point. It doesn't matter. At this point, he could call out Elon Musk. So once again, if this keeps going,
just recently, Jemele Hill, she tweeted out 10 hours ago. To Kwame Brown, I said you chose violence. It's an expression from Game of Thrones. I didn't call you violent. Please and thank you.
Yeah, you know that saying too, huh? You woke up. Oh, he woke up and chose violence today. Like
Yeah.
that's just a
I didn't know
saying.
that was from Game of Thrones.
Yeah, so I mean that tells you that Kwame has been living in his own world, and that he doesn't understand analogies. Kwame Brown has been just shocking the world. At this point, he needs his own podcast. If he
basically has one, huh?
Yeah,
Just
with
going
a
online.
terrible phone quality and people are watching. Like, imagine if he has like a professional studio. If I'm a professional like media,
Just get him
corporate,
on.
Yeah, get him. Like, it doesn't matter who. Like, it doesn't matter what platform, what views you stand on. You have to get Kwame Brown. The way he speaks is very, he's not a dumb guy, like I stated. But once again, this is Dualsighted. Follow us down below on Dualsighted, and thanks guys for watching.